Welcome back. And if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome to a space where we talk about finding joy, choosing peace, and living life with intention. In today's episode, we're talking about a dog named Emily and a story that started with a stack of photos in a thrift shop. It was an ordinary moment until it wasn't, to millions of people. An important lesson how powerful it is to slow down and pay attention. You're going to love this story. Come with me.
It's the Don't Be a Miserable Cow podcast with your host, Lisa Marshall.
Lindsay Lazar's story touched millions of people, but it all started because she paused when most people would have kept walking. She's a wedding photographer, a mom of two, a wife, a dog mom, and someone with a real gift for noticing meaning in everyday moments. Lindsay came across a stack of old photos of a golden retriever in a thrift store. Her curiosity turned a small moment into something incredibly moving. I can't wait for you to meet her and hear this wonderful story. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for asking me to come on.
Yes, your story is so much fun, and I can't wait to share it with everyone because it's such a great example of community and love and generosity, and also a wonderful reminder of how powerful a little moment can be as long as we slow down and take the time to notice it and be present. So I'm really grateful you're here, and I can't wait to share your story.
Yes, I'm excited to dive in and talk about it a little bit more. It's been about a year, so I refreshed my memory on everything. So yes, it was definitely unexpected, but very cool.
Here's my biggest question is, you're kind of obsessed with thrifting.
Just a little.
Yeah. So how did that start?
So thrifting started for me probably just about a year ago. Like this was one of my first like literally about a year ago, I think it started.
Okay.
Pretty much like after, the election and everything that happened with that, I feel like I needed something to kind of like get my mind off of present time and just like detach a little. So this was my therapy, like retail therapy for me was going to the thrift store and trying to find treasure. So that was kind of how I started. But it's only been about a year, but it's been an intense year.
Okay. I'm surprised. I thought this was like a lifelong habit of yours. Okay.
No, I'm a treasure hunter. I like to find treasures.
What is it about the treasures that you like? Is it the story? Is it the uniqueness or something else?
It's the idea of discovering something that's just waiting, like that has not been discovered, just that idea that there's something out there that everyone else has walked by and hasn't noticed, but you see it and you're like, oh my gosh. Or like, even as a kid, there's like a rock in the ground you find and it ends up being like a geode or something. Just that element of it is just like childlike and kind of brings me back to that time of my life. So
how do you find the thrift stores that you go to?
A lot of them, I have a friend who told me about Restore. That's how I knew about that one. Goodwill, I think everybody knows about Goodwill. And some of the smaller ones, just kind of, I don't know, like Googling it, looking it up, like what else do I have in my area? And sometimes like when I'm going on trips somewhere, I'll be like, thrift stores in the area.
Nice.
And TikTok, sometimes people on TikTok give good recs on like different spots.
All right. So tell me about this particular store. And first of all, what kind of day was this? Just a regular day? You're just walking in, and then tell me about the store.
Yeah.
I have so many questions I want to ask them all at once.
Let's get them. It was just a regular day. I honestly go to Restore, which is the thrift store where this happened. I go there at least once a day.
Nuh-uh.
Sometimes twice a day.
Oh my gosh. Is it like on your way in and out of to your house or like?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from my house. So it is pretty convenient. And I have now gotten it down to I know when they're putting new stuff out at the end of the day is like sometimes a good time to go. And
you're
then,
on a first name basis.
Yeah, they know.
Oh,
me.
yeah.
They for sure recognize me. There's no hiding it. I've moved past that shame. I'm like, hey,
there's
Mary.
No shame.
Like they know my name. I know theirs.
That's great.
But yeah, so it's 10 minutes from my house. I go there pretty often. And so, yeah, on this day, it was just kind of midday pickup. Just walked in, was like, let's see what I find.
Yeah.
I usually will go right in and go right to the art section because I'm always like,
okay,
I like art. So there's
and that was your habit even before the story we're going to talk about.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever found anything else of note like Emily?
I've found like wedding pictures, which I always assume that ended in flames.
Oh,
I gotta be honest. When I see a wedding picture in the thrift store, I'm like, that's a divorce. That's something that did not go right, you know? So like,
because who's going to throw out their wedding picture
right.
if they're still
I
together?
do see baby pictures sometimes, which makes me sad. Sometimes I'll check the back just to make sure if it's a filler photo that just looks like it's someone's real photo.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like the filler paper. But
yeah.
But yeah, I've seen some baby photos, but I've never seen like the uniqueness of this was just that there was like a full story of photos. Like it was like, you know, an entire collection. So it was definitely different in that way.
Do you remember the very first time you saw Emily?
Yes, I do. I remember that I was like sifting through, there's this section in Restore. So they have a wall where they hang like a lot of the bigger pieces of art up so you can see. And then they have like a little shelf where there's frames that are smaller that you can kind of like sift through. So I was pretty much going right for the sifting. I was looking for some frames, like something I could use. And I pull out this one photo and it's like, it's a canvas print and it says like, Emily's first day home or something like that. And it was like this puppy, this
Oh my
cute
God.
little puppy on a bed.
Yeah.
And he had the caption, like the caption was on there on this piece of, you know, this canvas. And so I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
And canvas. So they were wrapped.
Yeah, this was a professionally done, you know, and I could clock that instantly. I'm like, okay, that's, you know.
Because you're a photographer.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, sure enough, I look on the back and it had the frame store that I've actually been to this place before.
Stop it.
Where they do prints and
Okay.
do canvas wraps. So I recognized the name. So I'm like, oh, that place is legit. Like,
Yeah.
So that's the first time I saw her though, is in this little puppy picture with this little caption that I was like, somebody took the time. And this is like, I could tell it predates when you could easily go on and do things. Like now I think technology is really so easy. You can like, you know, type in a little caption, print something out.
Sure.
Order and have it delivered to your house. But this seemed like it was like extra. Like,
Yeah.
probably had to
And pay extra and all the things.
Yeah.
It sounds like she was so special, but we're going to get into that. I don't want to jump ahead, but I have so many things I want to ask. Okay, so you found this one picture. When did you see another one?
So I was flipping and then I realized, okay, there's another golden retriever. Okay, this is another. Is this the same golden retriever?
Yeah.
Because it was not all puppy, you know,
Okay.
There was like different
Stages.
sized dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these photos and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I look at the wall and then I see more and there's just like maybe 4 of them on the wall hanging.
Same canvas style.
Yeah, same canvas
Okay.
style. And then I saw the one photo that I'm like, okay, this is the same dog and it's like, it's a full thing. It's like whole thing.
Oh my God.
And it was the photo where the dog was like laying on the ground and it said underneath like, my hero, courage and grace or something like that. And I like melted.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
oh my God. Like I just literally had like an instant response to that. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I have a picture of my dog from childhood in this exact, like on a blanket, on the floor, white, aged.
Yeah.
And I knew exactly.
So that's when it went from, this isn't just something, this is something special.
Yeah.
So what was going through your mind? What did you think all of this meant?
Well, I know that the way Restore operates is that they take donations.
Okay.
And what they do is they take donations and then the sales go into like helping build houses, affordable housing for people in the area. So it's like a good
Right. Okay. I remember this
Habitat
store.
for Humanity, yeah.
There was a store like this in Pennsylvania when I used to live there. And I thought it was such a cool idea. And then when I moved to Connecticut, I forgot all about it. So, right. Okay.
Yeah, they have a bunch of them. But this one in particular is apparently known to be like one of the best in the area. It's like #1 in New York or something.
Nice.
So I realized like, okay, like this runs on donations. And a lot of the times people who are donating are unfortunately have passed on.
Right.
You know, so the family members are bringing stuff that maybe didn't get sold at an estate sale or that nobody necessarily knew what to do with and they
Sure.
kind of donate it.
Yeah.
So I realized this was probably, you know, I kind of put that together. I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And that added to like my instant sadness. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Not only is it a sad like situation where it's like, oh my gosh, this baby, this dog. Then I'm like, oh my God, somebody really loved this dog.
Right.
And then it's like, who loved this dog? Who was this person who loved this dog?
So now there's 2 mysteries, Emily and her owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So now you've seen 3 or 4 or 5 pictures on the wall, a couple here. What are you doing? Are you collecting them? Are you thinking about you're going to take these home?
I didn't even go there. I just
Okay.
was kind of like, I didn't really know what to do with them myself. I'm like, you know,
What am I going to do with these
what
pictures?
am I gonna
That's
do?
really.
I mean, they're sweet, but I'm like, kind of like, why are they here? Who's going to buy these? Like, this is not really something people go to a thrift store. Like, because it's not like it's a frame that someone can repurpose. It was literally canvas prints. So you can't repurpose that.
It's
really.
someone's personal story, like the wedding photos or like a baby. That's personal to them, but
what else can anyone? I mean, I don't even know how you'd scrap it to use it for. Like, sometimes if there's a picture in a frame, you can like use that frame, but I don't know what anyone was going to do with these canvases.
Right.
So I was like, oh my gosh.
So take me from that moment to the moment you decided to buy them.
So basically, I left. I had recorded it when I was in the store because, first of all, I'm always taking pictures of the cool things I find. I'm like, look at this. I'll send it to my friends who like to thrift. And I do have like a little thrifting TikTok I started, so I'll sometimes post my
fun. Okay.
So I took a little video of what I was finding because I felt like it was really like, I just felt important. So I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I'm going to show my husband later,
Yeah.
So I'm recording I'm going through all the piles and I'm like, just like, oh my gosh, right? And so I go home and I decide that I'm going to make a video about this. I'm like, okay, this was incredible. I have my little thrifting TikTok.
Right.
Let me just share this like sweet little thing here and post it. So, I just basically took the video from what I found in the store.
How many pictures were there in total, do you think?
Probably like between 16 and 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, of different sizes.
Okay.
So I didn't buy them, but I went home and I made the video.
Yeah.
And I first posted it to TikTok and it started to get, I could just tell instantly that it was getting traction. I'm like, okay, I'm refreshing. And I'm
my gosh.
Wow. Whoa. Like you could just tell like when something is, by just a couple of refreshes, you're like, okay, it's been like 30 seconds and already 100 people have viewed this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is, what's going on?
Yeah. So
why do you think people resonated with it?
I mean, I think people were definitely touched because everybody loves dogs, right? Like, you see a dog, anything dog related,
and a golden retriever.
Yeah, a golden retriever, like the epitome of dog. Like,
the
gold standard of a dog.
It's practically human.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beloved. So I think people really just resonate with anything related to their pets, especially in TikTok, where it's a little bit of a younger demographic, but even still, everybody loves dogs.
Yeah.
So I think that, and then I think that just the idea that it was in a thrift store, I think that was intriguing to people and maybe curious. Like, I think that
how did he end up there? How did he end up there?
Yeah. Same questions I had. Like, how is this possible? Why is this here?
Yeah.
And this is a whole, a whole series of photos of a dog's life, just hanging out at the thrift store.
Right. How did he get here?
Yeah.
And what were the comments that people were leaving?
A lot of them were people saying like, oh my gosh, like this is so like, I can't believe it. This is so sad. Like, oh my gosh, I had a dog. Like people relating to it, just like.
I almost don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's such a mystery. Like what happened? Like what happened?
I think people were concerned about why, like, we need to like rescue these photos. Like we need to not let them be in this thrift store. They deserve more than the thrift store. No hate against the thrift store, but
right.
This dog was so loved and cared for, obviously. Like, how can it be boiled down to this moment where this dog's whole life is just all this money spent on these beautiful photos and now it's just sitting on
a table, in a pile
shelf,
with other photos that, no one has wanted so far.
Yeah. And so one comment in particular said, you should go back and you should get all of them, go buy all of them, and then let us pay you and ship them to, people that Emily can be,
everyone can enjoy Emily.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how long after you read that comment, now your wheels are turning?
Now
like, oh my gosh, maybe I should. So when did you go back to the store?
Next day.
Yeah.
The next day. I was like, you know what? That's a fair point. This deserves more.
Let's share her.
Yeah, let's share her. So
okay, so you go in and you're like, oh my gosh. Now you're probably thinking, I hope they're there. Somebody else probably had the same idea.
I really was like, I don't know who would. I really don't know who would buy them, but of course, yes, I walked in and raced to the back, and there they all were. Nothing had even been moved. Like no one had even been considering, they were all there.
So you said the store owner is Mary.
She's the manager, I think.
Manager. So you take your pile of Emily pictures up to the register. Did Mary have any clue as to where they came from?
I asked some of the employees there, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, we just got a donation." Like,
yeah.
Like, we were a little intrigued, but I think they see a lot of stuff coming in and out that they just kind of like don't really think much about what they're putting out anymore. There's kind of like, okay, there's so many like unique things. But yeah, I like took each one and I took little videos of me putting them in the cart because I knew that there was going to be a follow-up because people were commenting like, please, like we want to
know what happened.
Yeah. We want to see more. We want to make sure you get them, So, but yeah, I checked out and probably spent about $150 to $175 on these dog pictures.
Oh my God.
Someone else's dog. And I'm like, people are probably thinking I'm crazy.
Okay.
Like,
so you take these pictures home. What does your husband say?
I mean, he's used to my antics. He's like, oh boy, I'm always looking for a side quest. I'm like, ooh, shiny object over there, something cool over here. I'm always down for something fun.
Love it.
And distracting and like something that could, give me a little bit of joy in the moment. So he knows that about me, that I'm just like that kind of person. So he was like, oh my goodness, like laughing, but also like, what are you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
What'd you do? I laid them all out on the driveway.
Okay.
I was like looking over my shoulder, like, is my neighbor gonna... This is getting
What is she doing?
This is getting increasingly odd. I'm always looking at my neighbors through them like, what's that guy doing over there today? So I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get caught doing weird things over here with these pictures. So I have all these pictures of this dog on my driveway. And I take a video of all of them just so I can document what each one looks like, and so that if people wanted them, they could comment. And so I took a picture, and then I uploaded the video of me going back, a little film montage of me walking and, the store. And then, I posted that one to TikTok as well. Yeah. And once I posted that, I was like, okay, like, it's doing well on TikTok. Like, this is cool. And like, I don't know. I feel like my business account on Instagram, I'm like, is this a place where this belongs?
Don't we all ask that? I'm like, what belongs where?
Do this? Yeah. Do I do that? Or is that weird? Like, I didn't really know, because I'm like, it's not wedding photography related.
It's photography related.
It is. Yeah. But I think I definitely was like, you know what? This is doing really well on TikTok. Let's just see, like, also curious person. I'm like, TikTok versus Instagram. Like, what does what?
Yeah.
And I also decided that, like, photography, but also just humanity and just like the story of this dog. And like, I felt like most of my clients could probably relate to having a dog or a pet and like,
no doubt,
seeing this. So, and I was also like, sometimes it's good to show who you are a little bit and like what your interests are.
And that you're a caring person.
Yeah. And just kind of like, so people know just like how I exist in the world when they're hiring me,
Exactly. Who am I hiring here? Who are you? Yeah.
So I posted it on Instagram,
and what happened?
Video. And it did way better on Instagram than it even did on TikTok.
What are we talking?
I mean, as of today, the one on Instagram has 5 million views.
Shut up.
Yeah.
5 million views.
5 million views. 5 million.
That's insane.
Versus TikTok was at like 340 something thousand views.
Oh so my God.
So it had way more reach on Instagram.
Your gut was right.
Yeah. And like, I mean, it didn't even, some people I know were like one of my neighbors was like, later on when I was talking about it with her, she's like, that was I saw that on my like Discover page.
Oh my gosh.
That was your video?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that because it did so well on Instagram, it had such a significant reach, which is how the rest of the story kind of starts to unfold.
Right. So then things shifted.
Yes.
So now people weren't saying, go get them. They're like, I want them. Right?
Yeah, they were doing that on TikTok and on Instagram too. But then there was like one particular comment that really like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Someone commented, can you please tell me where this is? I had a dog that looked just like this that I was working with at the vet clinic I work at. Like, what area did you find these pictures in? And I commented, Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm fairly certain that this is the Emily that I used to know.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh my gosh, I have chills. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
oh my
God. She was connecting it. She was like, no, I know that dog and I know the owner. And she's like, and I know that man loved this dog. And she said his name. His name was Mr. De Blanca, Joseph De Blanca.
Oh my God.
And she's like, this dog was so loved. And she's like, we had pictures of this dog. We still to this day have pictures of this dog in the vet office. He was like a favorite client of theirs, or like patient.
Your heart must have just soared.
I was like,
being able to put a name to this dog. I mean, it's crazy. Almost like it made it 3D instead of 2D.
Yeah, because up to this point, I didn't know the dog's name. I knew except I knew that it was Emily because of the Emily's first day home.
Oh, right.
But I didn't know that like who the owner was. I didn't know he was a man. I didn't even know anything about this person at all.
And did she know that he was deceased?
She did not. She was not aware. She knew the dog had passed because she remembers from when she was treating.
Yeah.
But she didn't know the owner had passed. And then it was just honestly Instagram sleuths.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so people want them.
Yeah.
Now you start sharing Emily physically with people.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I should backtrack and say that when people were commenting about the dog and like, the owner, Joseph D. Blanca, when they were researching, they found his obituary. And in his obituary, they even found the part where it said, in lieu of flowers, we would like donations made to this particular rescue. So
when did this man pass away?
Well, I found these last year, so it was apparently only a few months before I found them. It was pretty recent.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So people start making donations.
Yeah, people are commenting. They're like, I'm, in Texas, just made a donation. In Texas, in California. So eventually it was like, oh, Canada. And then, oh, I'm in Australia. We don't have Venmo. Can we do it another way?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I finally was like, okay, I need to figure out with this pet rescue, like, hey, you see donations over there? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So my friend actually adopted her dog through this rescue. So she was like, here, you can message them on Facebook. So I messaged them and I said, I gave them the lowdown. I'm like, here's what's going on. Like, people are loving this, like, basically explain the whole situation, how the obituary has their, rescue in it. And I said, like, are you seeing donations? And they're like, yeah, we do. Like, we're getting this. Oh, wow. And then, like, it started to happen so fast. They're like, oh my gosh, it's up to $3,000. And then they're sending me pictures of a dog they just got in. And they're like, now we can afford to get this dog the surgery it needed. Like, they were giving me like these live updates of where this money was going to be helping them.
That's so incredible.
And I was like, this is crazy. And then the rescue went to the page and they saw all of the comments and they started to say like, thank you so much. Like, and they're updating people how much it is like how much. So that got people
and it just kept building and building and building and building.
It just caught like wildfire. People were like, they really wanted to just be part of this like unexpected kind of movement that is just organically happening in front of their eyes. Like they're able to like the video's cute, right? It's sweet. But then they clicked into the comments and that's when they're like, oh my God, the story. Like this is incredible.
Such a great sense of community and love for a dog that nobody even knew.
I know.
It's just beautiful. Okay, so to date, how much has the community raised for this dog rescue?
$45,000.
$45,000. That's more than one surgery for one dog. That's a lot.
Yes, and honestly, the last time I checked with them, it was 35, which was probably like last year.
Oh my!
So even through the year, they collected another 10,000 that they estimated from just the video still gets views.
I was going to say, is it still
has action? Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, it is. It like for this whole year, it's been kind of like still just getting views and people still commenting on it. But
I love that it's a feel good story. So often, the things that go viral are not feel good story, or they're made up, or they're AI, or they're, bad news or whatever. This is a beautiful story.
I think people really like recognized that it was very genuine what was happening, that there was just genuine connection all over, that it was like meant to happen. Like, I feel like it was just meant to happen.
Absolutely.
Like,
you were supposed to be in that
I'm
store.
not a social media expert. I am not some sort of like marketing guru. Okay. I don't know anything about that, but I just was like, this just seems so worthy of putting out there that people can see that there is so much love for this dog. And I feel like everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, we all love our animals.
Did you feel like it was intuition, like something gnawing at you? Like, I have to buy these. Like, I have to do something.
I mean, I do believe that quite a bit. I mean, I trust my gut in a lot of
Me
things.
too. Yeah.
Like,
Me too.
It's telling me something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How do I feel about this? How do I feel? Yep, I should do it. Well, you did the same thing when you were, should I post to my professional page or not? Right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, I think people need to know who I am.
Yeah, I think it would be great, so that someone knows like, oh, she's a dog person.
Yes.
I mean, some of my clients, they want to bring their dogs to their wedding days, and like this will tell them, hey, like, I'm dog friendly.
And you'll pick dog hair off of suits too.
I will.
Do you think people were seeing their own memories reflected in Emily's story?
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
like, I think that the fact that so many people took to this story, it's just a classic case of, like, humanity and connection, and just we are all very similar as human beings, and we all love our animals. Like, most of us have had a dog or a childhood dog, and we love them so deeply, and we know what it's like to show love for our dogs, and then that painful process of, like, we've all lost a pet, and it seems kind of like, oh yeah, they lost their dog, maybe in the world, but like these are members of our family. They're truly family members. And I think so many people just really recognize that that's common experience, that we have to watch these babies come home, these puppies, and we have to endure the pain. We choose it though.
We do.
We choose it.
We do.
Because it's so worth it. And so I think people, especially because I told you I saw the picture of the dog, Emily on the floor. And I'm like, I have that same photo of my childhood dog, on the ground, unable to walk, needing help, like at the end stages of life. And like the fact that he put the caption saying my hero, like courage and grace. Like I definitely think people hardcore relate to that feeling of like having to let go of a dog, and like
Sure.
what do you do after a dog passes,
Well, you have that void, and I'm never going through this again. I'm never going to do this again. But that love from a pet is so unconditional.
It truly is.
Especially a dog. Like, but you're right. You do it again. You sign up for it again, knowing the pain that you will endure in the end. It's terrible.
It's terrible. But it's so wonderful to see that people like really love their animals, whether they're the ones printing the pictures or if they're able to recognize that commonality and like, oh yeah, like that common love. Like I feel like the world is so divided, especially at the time that this was happening. It was like such a divided world that I really feel like that played a role into why this like got so popular, is because like when nothing else can be related to, when we're all just like, on opposite ends of things, the commonality is that we all like love and care on a very human level for some of the same things, like pets, for
like
example.
dogs.
So
yeah,
I think that the timing also played a huge role. Just people just craving that
a year ago. Yes, I think so too. And to be part of something, and to have everybody agreeing
on something good,
on something good,
and being able to make something good happen from that. Because a large part of this, I was like, okay, like, what do you do when something goes viral? What do you do when people are interested in something? How do I make this something better? How do I contribute? Because sometimes it can feel like, what is the point of social media? We're putting out content and it's just like this never-ending cycle of just consuming and, but this to me was like, oh my gosh, like this is the power of social media. This is if we could do more of this, like where people are just joining in and trying to do something good out of just the goodness of their hearts and their own ability to see like humanity in everyday life. Like I think that was super special about this.
Look how Emily is living on. And, and if there is such a place as heaven, Joseph is looking down and, so happy to see everybody enjoying Emily.
Yeah.
And that relationship between Emily and Joseph was so special. He rescued her and she had the best life. It's such a good feel-good story. I love it so much. Oh my gosh.
So many dogs were helped because of all those donations, and they're still getting donations to this day.
It's crazy. Because Emily is living on and Joseph is living on, still doing good things through you.
I mean, the internet did its. I feel like humans came together to do something. There was momentum, and people just wanted to be part. Like when there's momentum, people want to be part of that momentum.
Yes,
I think people really crave that.
And you were in the right place at the right time with the right heart and the right love, and you started it all.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Like, those pictures were meant to be, they were meant to be found by me. And, I think it's just kind of a testament to just keeping your eyes open, letting yourself be distracted sometimes, let the world tell you about what's good in it, and let your gut tell you, let your heart lead you, and don't just get through life every day like with your head in the sand, like looking down, like, look up.
Look up. I say that all the time, and it's so important. This is such a wonderful lesson in presence, and just slow down. My God, the world is so fast now. We need to look up. We need to put our phones down. We need to be present, and we need to be curious about things. I love to hike in the woods and just look around, look up, take it in. Right. We miss so much by having our heads down.
The beauty in the world is sometimes in these seemingly small,
tiny moments,
tiny things that are like, I don't know how many people passed those pictures that day, or if they were curious, or if they thought it was weird. But
has this experience changed the way you notice things in everyday life?
I mean, I think it's more not changed, but I think it's validated me in a lot of ways, because sometimes I feel like if you are easily, distracted, or like,
yeah,
I feel like that maybe isn't so celebrated. I feel like there's a lot of like hustle culture and like goals and meeting goals and not slowing down. And especially with my field of work, I'm a wedding photographer. There's timelines, there's a rigidity to it.
Certainly.
And you have to find ways in that rigidity to, slow down and notice things and make art out of it.
Yeah.
And, to me, my art is just my human lens. And so just slowing down and really kind of like looking for connection in the world and training your eye to seeing that has translated for me, time and time again. But I feel like it's just kind of further pushed me and validated me that that's important.
That's beautiful.
On wedding days, more than just getting perfect, picture perfect moments.
Exactly.
It's the less perfect moments that are going to mean more.
It's the candid shots too. Yeah. The real tender moments.
Yeah.
Is there anything we didn't cover that you want to tell people?
I mean, I guess just when you're in the world and you see something and, you're noticing something, just trust your instincts. If something is telling you like, this matters, trust your intuition. Because, whether you're a photographer or just a regular person, like, I mean, I think about it all the time. Like anything you see that kind of like pokes your interest or is like, like, what's that? Like, just kind of dig a little deeper and figure out, what is that? What is that saying about me as a person? And just kind of let you don't have to make a deal of it. You don't have to post a video about it, but just allowing yourself to notice smaller things, because sometimes those things end up becoming bigger than you could think that they ever will be, and they can help someone else out, or let's not forget our humanity in all of this chaos.
I love that advice. And I think slowing down and turning down the world is really important so that we can hear our intuition a little louder.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're so busy, and sometimes all that busyness drowns out that voice. And it's so important to listen to our gut.
Absolutely.
Lindsay, thank you so much for sharing your story. I just love it so much. I'm so amazed of how this has evolved and continues to evolve, and how many people you helped by just that one decision to take Emily home with you. It's beautiful.
Grateful to be here. Thank you for letting me chat with you. And yeah, it's a crazy story. I could not have planned it, but humanity came together. They did their thing.
Thank you for sharing it today.
You've got it.
Do you know someone who's loved a dog like Emily? Share this episode with them. It may mean more than you think. And what about you? Is there a special place in your heart for a certain pet? We'd love to hear all about it. Head on over to the website, joywithlisa.com, and find the episode and tell us your story. And remember, we all have a choice. Choose peace, choose joy, and don't be a miserable cow. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for spending this time with us on the Don't Be a Miserable Cow podcast with your host, Lisa Marshall. If you're looking for a little more guidance or encouragement, you can find Lisa's books, Find Joy, No Regrets, and Oh, Hello, Alzheimer's. And if you'd like to support the show or learn more about Lisa and her guests, visit us at joywithlisa.com.